Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show. Hello if you're new. So today's video is going to be a Netflix April 2020 watch list. Now I haven't done this before on my channel, but I always felt like it was something that I wanted to do. And now that I have so much time on my hands, I thought, why not? There's quite a lot coming out in April that is going to get us through this self-isolation period this month. In the UK anyway, it's apparently meant to last till June. So yeah, thinking of ways to get me entertained, Netflix is definitely one of them. In terms of my watch list, I do film reviews, TV reviews on my channel. So I try to watch and review as much as I can on this channel, but I feel like there's also things that I kind of want to watch instead of like feel like I have to watch for a review. And then I think there's kind of like, this is kind of interesting, but then I'm only really watching it because it's a hype film. It has a big cast in it. I feel like, so those are kind of like my categories in watch listing. So my first one is, and this is not going to be in a ranking order, it's just going to be on a date order. So 1st of April is the Eliza Schlesinger sketch show. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. And it is basically a sketch show, a comedy show. From the description it says it's going to be a satirical show and there's going to be lots of stereotypes in it, reality TV spoofs, and I've been on the lookout for a good sketch show. I haven't watched a good sketch show in a while, so this is something that is definitely going to be on my watch list. So next on the list is coming out on the 3rd of April, which is Money Heist. It is the 4th season, so I'm guessing you already know what it's about if you're watching it. I'm currently on season 1 as we speak. Literally after I edit this video, upload it, I'm going on a binge, hoping that I catch up by the time season 3 comes out. I'm quite excited for it. From what I've seen from season 1 so far, I like it, and from what I've heard, it's a good series, so I'm definitely hyped for Money Heist season 4. Another drop on April the 3rd is the film Coffee and Cream, and it's starring Taraji P. Henson. It sounds like an interesting plot. It sounds like it's going to be a kind of crime thriller action film, so I'm interested in checking that film out. Taraji P. Henson is one of my favourite actors. Love her on Empire, so I'm definitely going to be checking that one out. There's a film, Love, Wedding, Repeat. It's a rom-com. I think this is probably falling into the category of it has some big names in it. I think the concept is pretty good. Rom-com seems like it's going to be funny. It kind of has that theme of the butterfly effect, trying to make something perfect, but then things end up being messed up. I'm getting that kind of vibe from it. And as I said, it's got some big names in it, notably Sam Claflin, Olivia Munn and Eleanor Tomlinson. Then there's Tiger Tail, and I feel like this is it's a hyped film. I think looking at it, it's a decent concept, but I think the hype is definitely pushing me to be like, okay, I need to check this out. Obviously, it's been hyped up because it's an Asian cast, Asian writer, Asian produced, which there isn't really many of in terms of the mainstream. And the director of it, Alan Young, is also an Emmy winner, so we could deduce from that it's going to be a good film. And in terms of what the film is about, it's about a Taiwanese immigrant who moves to New York but doesn't end up living the American dream that he dreamed of, and starts to regret his decisions, and it takes us on this journey dealing with some complex issues. And the next one on the 10th of April is The Main Event. Now from the description, this looks like a pretty fun film. It's following an 11-year-old that wants to be a wrestler. They're enjoying WWE, and it has some WWE people included in it as well. So it has Kofi Kingston, The Miz, it has Sheamus, and it's also starring Tichina Arnold as well. So I'm definitely interested in checking out this film when it drops. So a drop on the 15th of April, which I am quite interested in checking out, is The Innocence Files. I'm interested. I love kind of criminal documentaries, criminal justice. So it's a documentary highlighting numerous cases where innocent people were wrongly convicted and how they were eventually exonerated. It's produced by numerous Academy Award nominees and winners. So on the 17th of April there is quite a few drops on Netflix as well, and the first one I'm interested in seeing is Sergio. Again, it sounds like a pretty interesting story. It's based on real life events of a top UN diplomat that gets himself into a sticky situation in Baghdad. I love me some political dramas. And then another film is Rising High. The description sounds very interesting. It's about some real estate frauds and their highs and lows. and anything criminal is a bit of me. And the next one is Earth and Blood. This is another interesting concept, but it's a concept I kind of seen before, where somebody gets trapped in a building that they know but the burglars don't, and there's a battle between them. So it's a thing of being very smart and calculated. I'm getting that type of feel from the description, and I feel like with concepts like that, sometimes it can be a really good film and sometimes it could be a really bad and basic film. So I'm still going to watch it, but I'll be interested to see where it falls on the spectrum. Then the next one is Too Hot to Handle, and it's actually a reality TV series. And I think after Love is Blind, I think it is going to be quite popular. Everybody loves a bit of trashy TV. Now, the concept of it doesn't sound as good as Love is Blind. I think the concept of it does sound a bit strange, to be honest to me. I'm not sure if it's going to be a good show, but I know a lot of people are going to tune in. And the next show that I'm interested in watching, which drops on the 20th, which is another kind of reality TV thing, competition show, is Cooked with Cannabis. And I'm not somebody who uses cannabis, but I just thought it was quite an interesting and funny show. I guess the title is very self-explanatory. It's basically a cooking show where chefs have to cook with cannabis. And the next thing I'm interested in watching, which drops on April 21st, is Middleditch and Swartz. And the reason why, again, it's quite an interesting concept. It's basically a filmed live improv performance where the premise of the improv is decided by random audience members, and it's in 3 parts. And as somebody who studied drama, I'm definitely intrigued. And the next project on my watch list, which comes out on April the 22nd, is an animated feature film called The Willoughbys. I've watched some original Netflix animated series before and use it, and I recently watched a Netflix original animated series, and it was pretty decent. So it was pretty decent, and I've been watching a lot more animated feature films than I have in the past, and I feel like I have been sleeping on animated films a lot, so I'm definitely going to give this one a chance. Give this one a chance. I'm not gonna lie, the concept seems a little bit dry, to be honest. So it's basically, it says, when 4 Willoughby children are abandoned by selfish parents, they must learn how to adapt their own fashion values to the contemporary world in order to create a new and modern family. It sounds a little dry, but I think I'm going to give it a chance. And then it's The Afterlife Season 2. And another drop on the 24th is Extraction. It's got a big name attached to it. Main cast includes Chris Hemsworth. The plot sounds really good, really interesting. It's kind of like this mercenary who's trying to get his kidnapped son back, but he has to go through this criminal underground where there's like loads of dodgy people. It sounds action-packed. It sounds like there's going to be some suspense. And obviously Chris Hemsworth, he's done a lot of action films, so I'm expecting great things from this film. On the 29th, a film that I'm interested in watching is Extracurricular. It sounds interesting from the description. It's kind of like a teenager who's the head of a criminal gang, who's living a double life, being a criminal and a school kid. Somehow some people in his school get involved, which creates a drama. It sounds like an interesting concept, but again, it's something that I have seen before, and sometimes it's either executed very well and sometimes it's just a bad basic film. So I'm definitely going to go in there with my apprehensions. And the last one of the month, which drops on the 30th, is Dangerous Lies. It's got a big star in it, Camila Mendes of Riverdale. Love her on Riverdale. Love her as a person. So I'm definitely going to be tuning in. But the plot does sound very scandalous, very Riverdale-esque. A carer is put into the person she's caring for's will, and suddenly she's now rich. The rich life comes with drama and deception and danger as well. It sounds very exciting, and I really hope that we get to see Camilla shine in this film, because I feel like a lot of the films that I've seen her in on Netflix that weren't so great. So I'm not going to go into this hoping that it's going to be amazing. I know it could either be good or bad, but I'm definitely still kind of excited to see this film. So that is the end of my Netflix watch list. There's quite a few releases this month. I've had a peek at the May releases, and right now there's only 2. I'm guessing there's going to be more additions by the time May comes, especially with us all being in self-isolation and dying for anything to watch. But yeah, if there's anything you thought that I missed out, do let me know in the comments, and let me know what films you are interested in checking out this month on Netflix. Do you have a top 5? Let me know your top 5 in the comments. I'll be doing this again in May, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you have, don't forget to put your notification bell on so you'll know when my next Netflix related video is dropping. Till next time guys, bye.